So, and 3, 2, 1, go. It's so official. Oh, fuck. All right. So this is MDP Podcast Sessions, where we sit down with interesting people, sometimes order members, sometimes not. In this case, someone who's been a very strong supporter of the order and the MDP for a long time and has recently become an order member, Miss Nichola. Is it Hayden or Hayden?
Hayden.
Hayden. Okay. I can't pronounce my own fucking name, so somebody else's is a real trick for me. We've been friends for a while.
Yep.
We both automatically recognize that we're weird, so and it's a great fit.
Oh yeah, weird is good.
Right. I mean,
definitely had to be weird this weekend.
Nothing wrong with that. Let's see, where should we start? You are English. Tell us about being English.
Being English. I mean, being English in America is definitely very interesting because, well, for one, people think I'm Australian, so that's always very amusing. And two, people just want you to talk and talk and talk.
Yeah, want to hear that accent, right?
Yeah, they want to hear the accent, and they'll start picking up on the words in the accent or trying to say certain things. I'm like, no, no.
Well, no, I'm hearing it now. Like like when we talk in person, yes, you have an accent or anything like that, but actually hearing your voice through the headphones, I'm like, okay, she could be like a phone sex operator or something. No problem. People would be all over that shit. It'd be good.
Just talk about the several different types of bread there is in the world, and everyone's happy.
Oh shit! So, how did you come to be in the United States?
My ex-husband, he was in the U.S. Air Force, and we met in England.
Oh,
and at first, I didn't even want to come because, as far as I was concerned, America was the big bad place where people get shot and killed every day. So, and then, he got stationed.
And it still is that. You just enjoy it.
Yeah, now it's just... It wasn't when I got here, but now it's an everyday occurrence, it seems.
Now it's just fun. And the thing is, we could get into that, but that shit's always gone on. It's just now it's publicized because instant information, all this, interweb, all this neat stuff, how we get to provide this to everybody, you got to take the good and bad with all that shit, right?
Yep, so you've just got to take each day as it comes. So I didn't want to come, and then I did come. Everything happened for a reason, and I ended up leaving him a few years later, and well, here I am.
Yeah, you're
I never have no set goals in life. I just go with it.
Yeah, addicted to the chaos, right? It's a fun place, the Wild West. She literally lives in the Wild West. She lives in Arizona, so that's awesome. Oh man! Speaking of Wild West, we just came back from Wasteland Weekend. This is what do we call this? This is a themed event or rally based off of the Mad Max movies, and also includes several video game concepts and other movies like The Road and Mass Effect and Fallout, all that fun shit.
They have it all in there. A little bit of Waterworld, I think. I saw a couple of Waterworld people out there.
This is true. There was a mermaid in the desert.
Yep, I mean that was pretty interesting, but you can't have furries in the desert.
I know. Well,
we know that much.
We're not necessarily bad, but we are incredibly mischievous. So and you guys will see that shit later. Yep. That was fun. You are a working, functioning, and quite skilled photographer.
Thank you.
I was very happy to have you there with us and you doing all that media for us. If you guys see any of the pictures, 90% of the pictures that you'll see from the Wasteland Weekend we just attended were actually taken by this lovely lady, and she did a hell of it, knocked it out of the park as usual. I appreciate all your hard work and effort. It was amazing.
It was definitely fun to shoot because, it's not painful.
Fucking.
It was a change of scenery of 100%.
Target-rich environment, right?
Between the campsites, the cars, the people, there was everywhere you looked, there was like a photo opportunity.
Yeah, I loved it.
Like everybody.
It was even though we played with it a little, it was still a totally immersive experience, especially when you're in the actual town and everything. It's pretty legit, right?
Oh yes, and they're pretty serious on that. So it's like as soon as you step foot outside your camp, you better be all wasty. That's the word of the week, wasty.
Yeah, right?
Wasty.
Yeah.
White girl wasty.
Oh God.
We definitely had a couple of those white girl wasties.
Matthew Schuster.
White girl wasty.
So much fun. You've done a lot of cosplay stuff before, right? Gone like the comic events and stuff like that. How did this compare to that?
It was definitely different because as much as with a lot of cosplays, you can put your own spin on a character and everything else. You can make a little twist. You want to make it furry, you can make it furry. If you wanted anything like that, where this was a little bit more serious and more structured on theme, they kind of frowned upon anything outside of the norm.
Yeah.
And we're saying the norm loosely because we saw some stuff out there.
For post-apocalyptic mutants running around with no clothes on or fishnets only on dudes.
Definitely learned that post-apocalyptic time is very fetish orientated as well. Mm-hmm. Definitely
weird, right?
Caters to the S&M fetish community.
Hey, I think that's Mad Max, the
absolutely.
The movie,
absolutely. Like, whips and chains and buckles and belts. I mean, you see it. You can see it.
It's definitely their fault. It's definitely that original movie's fault.
Absolutely.
They threw some weird shit out there.
Definitely. There was a lot of naked people as well.
Yeah.
A lot of naked people. I've seen cowbell in places I didn't think I'd see cowbell before.
Again, watch for the photos. There was some interesting stuff.
I might be getting banned quite a lot over the next few weeks.
Yeah, that was actually something I was going to I have a gift for you. I don't know if I've given you one of these yet.
Oh.
This is the MDP Total Fucking Savage patch. This one, I was pretentious and named it after myself. This girl fucking takes the cake. Jesus Christ, she gets kicked off of Facebook on the regular, and she likes putting it out there, and I appreciate that.
Yep. If you're ever on my Facebook page, I don't apologize. I will give you a fake apology, and then I'm like, oh well.
Actually, I want to run something by you, and I've only ran it through the helm so far, and there's been some mixed reviews and everything. I was thinking maybe we should start a closed group on Facebook, and it doesn't have to be just our members. Anybody can join it, but they need to understand that, okay, so this is the Barbary Coast Pirates, and they were the most savage of all. So you're going to see some savage shit, and you're going to deal with some savage shit, but there's a lot of people who need that outlet and like that. And instead of it getting convoluted in places where we're trying to just get basic information, and some people don't want to be subjected to that, we can create a realm for it, right?
Exactly. And, that's always a good idea because a lot of us like to just get it out there. Some of us have the worst humor in the sun. Under the sun. I mean, I sit there and I look at some stuff I laugh at, and I'm like, oh, I'm on that front row seat straight to hell. I'm driving the bus. I sit there and I laugh, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so bad. And it's terrible, but it's good to have that twisted humor. If you can't laugh at this stuff, then what are you going to do? Cry about it?
Yeah. I mean, no. And the older twisted. I get, the worse it gets.
I get more twisted. I'm like, oh my gosh, this would have probably offended me a few years ago, but now I'm just like, that is awesome.
Yeah, you can't faze me.
It's very hard these days. It's like, okay.
I mean, I remember the early years of YouTube. All I would do is search that thing for fail videos of people crashing and just laugh my ass off. And I mean, I know that's bad. That's not nice, but it already happened. Yep. You're not going to fix it.
The mind is interesting that way. You've got to see it. Train wreck. Literally, you're trying to see what's coming out of that train wreck. You want to see who lost arms, legs, body parts. But yeah, definitely can be a little savage on Facebook. And as we know, Facebook doesn't like me.
Yeah, well.
I think they have a permanent monitor just watching my content.
They need to. Someone's got to keep that shit on a leash. Good Lord. Sometimes, hey, you even just admitted it. Sometimes you take it. Okay.
Yeah, like I said, the stuff that you don't see me post is the stuff that you should really worry about.
So the majority of your photography is in paintball. You're also a player. Enjoy the game very much. How'd you get into it?
It was actually a birthday party for a friend, and after that I was hooked. Before paintball and everything, I didn't mind getting dirty and everything, but I was very, I guess, British, prim and proper British, that I liked everything to be clean and tidy, and that just gave a whole new outlet.
Yeah.
And, once I did that, I got hooked, so I was like, okay, I need a part-time job, so I got a job there, moved from cashier to management to marketing within a couple of years. I tend to talk my way into whatever I want to do.
It's the accent.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, I can do this. I got this. Trust me.
there was a going joke at Die. Oh, fuck, what's his name? He's a buddy of mine. He worked for our English office back at the time, and he was one of the gun techs, right? And they would have him teach the classes. God damn, I'm sorry. I think it's Nate, but I can't remember right now. I think it's Nate. Fuck, I'm sorry, brother. Anyways, too many people and too many boozy nights. Anyways, we would have him teach the tech classes because he spoke in an English accent. Everybody thought he was smarter. It was fucking hilarious, man. We'd all just sit back and laugh our asses off, like, wear it.
It is. It's so funny. People seem to think that we speak a little clearer, but I have that opposite experience. I don't think people can understand what I'm saying. A lot of the time, as much as we enunciate a lot of words, we also, like water, for example. Everyone loves hearing you say water because I miss out the T. And it's just part of the
rolls,
accent.
right?
It just rolls off.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like, no, not more intelligent.
Well,
just sound it.
The English accent is so much, like, even though they don't sound the same, but also, like, just culturally or geographically, it's so similar to the thing with the U.S. Because, like, California doesn't sound anything like Florida or South North Carolina, anything like that, right? And same thing in England. Like, you can talk, like, I can talk to you. Yeah. I can hear you very clearly. I have friends that are from, like, Wales. Right. We've been friends like 15 years. I have no idea what they're saying. Yeah. I think a lot of the ones from Planet Eclipse are from, like, the Manchester areas and stuff like that. So they have a lot thicker accent. Heavy. And then, like, one of our order members, John Dunbar out of Dundee, Scotland. Nicest guy in the world. No idea what he's ever said to me. Oh, yeah. I can't understand my Scottish relatives at all. And as soon as they've been drinking, that's it. It's just like, what language are they speaking? Just rabble, right? The Scottish one is definitely one of the worst. So you've been focused on photography in the tournament side. And I know you've mentioned transitioning more towards the scenario stuff. Are you still going to shoot some tournament stuff?
I might still do a couple of the local events. I'm slowly phasing out NXL. I love traveling, but I don't want to work and travel. I want to just travel and have fun. Yeah. So I'm going to shift more into scenario and going to make a comeback in playing again. So I've been missing playing. Yeah. A lot.
Well, the cool thing is being in a scenario event, you can actually mix it up. Like I do
exactly.
I do it all the time.
I can do a mixed bag, and I much enjoy scenario. It's very laid back, and I can drink and play all day long.
Yeah, I mean it's exactly like Wastelands, except for it's paintball oriented.
Yeah,
but
you've got paintball.
A bunch of stupid costumes and people acting like duts and enjoying every minute of it. You know, it's a good time. It's a good time. You are also a fan of motorcycles.
I like them, and one day I am going to have my own one. I keep putting it off because I like speed, and I've always had a feeling that I might kill myself on a motorbike, but you know, I'm definitely getting more and more into I'm going to get one.
The MDP definitely attracts adrenaline junkies, that's for sure, because you know that's just part of life. You know, we like to feel those. We're all drug addicts, whether the drugs start inside us or outside of us. You know, we're all drug addicts. Kind of there's something. There's something, right? And speaking of, we've spoke very heavily about food addictions. You know, and dealing with that. Yes. You know, it's a very real thing for people, and that's a big part of the MDP. Why we're trying to get people out moving and motivated, because the more active you are, the more you can get away with, right?
You can absolutely. The more active you are, then the more you can drink and eat bad food. I mean, you got to think of the plus side. It's like do I work out to look good? Okay, sure. But you know what? I work out more so I can have that extra beer or that donut if I wanted it.
Yeah, and for me, it's a health thing. Like, I mean, like, I'm actually, it's kind of weird, like, personal experience. Like, right now, I'm 240 pounds. I played 10-man at Cup probably like 5-6 years ago, and I was 235 pounds. I actually look leaner and feel stronger now than I did then, right? So
I've gone from 260 down to like the high 140s, which was too small for me, and then I'm now at a happy medium balance of 180, but I'm in the best health of my life. Yeah. My blood work even said that my liver is perfect.
And put it in perspective, you're 5'10", right?
5'10".
You're tall girl. Yeah.
So, and that's one of the biggest things in health. It's not how much you weigh, it's about the health. Yeah, exactly. It really is about the health.
I honestly, I probably get on the scale more out of habit than anything anymore. You know,
I threw mine away a long time ago.
It's about once a week now, and it used to be like every day.
Oh yeah, mine used to be 3 or 4 times a day. I wanted to know what I weighed when I woke up, after I ate, after I pooped, peed. I needed to know everything.
Let that stupid thing control your life, right?
Yeah, obsessed.
And that's where it's at. If you get out and you live and you just, you know, moderation with everything, stay active. The weight will melt itself. It will, unless you got some kind of serious health issue. It really will. You know, you just got to stay after it and don't keep stuffing your fucking face.
I mean, these last 5 days, I mean, I think pretty much all of us, it was just like, oh, we'd have breakfast in the morning, then we'd have a little snack here, a little snack there, and we were just on the go.
I lost weight.
Yeah.
There,
Seriously,
so, yeah.
it was a case of losing weight as the day went on. It was like tightening up belts because costumes were falling off. It was hot.
Yes.
I mean, and I wore chainmail, and yeah, I got chainmail tan. So
yeah.
I now have a chainmail tan.
Yeah, she's talking about how crazy and freaky some of the outfits were. She was right fucking up there.
Oh yes.
So, what's on the bucket list? What do you got? Besides, we know we want a motorcycle. What else you thinking?
Well, I mean, ultimate long-term goal is to have my own full-on animal rescue somewhere up north in sort of Prescott Payson area, because I love Arizona. I have no intention of leaving. I might just get away from the hot. So, and then I will have my cat sanctuary. For those that don't know, I am the crazy cat lady, maybe just a little bit.
Another running trend in the MDP. We got
cats.
A lot of crazy cats. And cat guys. Like, I love my cat.
Yeah, shout out to the floofs.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Candy and her fucking floof army. Jesus. Oh, wow.
But yeah, ultimately it'll be a rescue, where the cats and dogs can live there for the rest of their lives, but they're still open for adoption.
Nice.
I've already got it all planned out. I'll even take horses and some wolves as well. I've already
whatever, depending on what you can get laid out.
Whatever I can think, because my daughter wants to be a veterinarian, and then I
awesome.
think she's going to end up coming back.
You can employ her.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, I'll just use her.
Trade off. Love and affection for work on my animals.
Definitely a bucket list to do that, and still got a lot more traveling. Egypt is at the top of my list still. Definitely want to get that.
Yeah.
Get that done.
You had mentioned to me that you were very much into the. It's funny because normally when we come and do these podcasts, I like to not have spoken so much to somebody, right? Because then it's all fresh and new and everything like that. But we just got done with the trip up to California City Wasteland Weekend, and she rode along with me because we had 2 vehicles and everybody else was in the other vehicle, and fuck, we got 12, 14 hours of talking in between there and back, and turns out we still like each other after that, so it's not too bad. It worked out, right?
That's definitely the test of, any kind of friendship or anything. Can you go on a road trip with them?
Yeah, we were able to pull that off, and then we're also there was no awkward silence when it was silent, so it was cool,
And we had a pretty rough road up there. We were in traffic, we were stuck behind fires. Well, there wasn't even a fire on the roadway, but it wouldn't let us through anyway.
Yeah, they shut down the freeway for a brush fire that was a solid 300 yards off the road, and easy 5-hour delay for us. So,
but we did get to visit Scotland.
Yes. I didn't even know there was a Scotland in California.
But we found it.
Yeah. I can say I've been to Scotland.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Scotland, California. But yeah, you sort of learn a lot more about people, and you can delve into the sort of weird conversations. And even without alcohol, I can get very weird and I go off the beaten path. I like to see and try and find, and I'm an analyzer, which is good and bad, because I overanalyze as well. But I like to look at every situation and do a little research and try and figure out whys.
Well, I think, not to get too again, off the beaten path, like you just said, but personally, I really think that's what we really are here for what cause or purpose. But I think we're all like probes, and we're all our own personal scientific experiment, right?
Exactly.
And so, so the inquisitive mind and everything, it's built in. Now, not everybody fires on it, or there might be something else that's distracting them from it. But human beings got to be the most curious fucking animal on this planet.
What is it? It's what they say. If you stop learning, then what's the point? Why bother? If you're not wanting to learn new things and experience new things, why live?
Yeah. And,
it boils down to that. If you don't want experience,
and even if you how crazy you want to get with it, but I think there's a possibility that there's a giant consciousness that is us, and whatever you experience, you're feeding that database.
Exactly.
Right. Whether you personally were able to grab anything from it, you're actually feeding a giant database that helps the collective, I think.
And that's what we spoke about as well. It's as insignificant as you think you are, you're really more significant than you realize, because you could just be affecting one person's life, and that's all you need to do.
What you do in this life does not matter, but it matters that you do it anyway, right?
Gotta do it.
Because we don't have to know the answers. We just have to go with it.
No. And there was definitely a lot of unanswered answers at Wastelands this weekend. Just I'm not easily offended at all, and I really wasn't offended, but I was like, okay, all right, you do that.
The,
You got this. You rock.
the word that kept coming to mind was peculiar.
Yep.
Now that's peculiar.
Definitely not a beauty folk, but one of the best things with cosplays and stuff is that it gets people out of their comfort zone. You put on a costume to someone. I mean, even take paintball, for example. They put those masks on, they put the paintball gear on, and they change. They get out of that, and they're a completely different person again.
Yeah.
And I was looking at and talking to some people, and you had people from all these, like, they were like accountants and bankers and stuff, and here they are all shredded up and torn up, and they're dirty or running around with a little G-string, maybe just some pasties. Pasties in the wasty.
Yeah.
It's all about that wasty. Wasty's going to be the word.
Yeah, right. Yep. Stay wasty, my friends. It was good. It was great. So, just recently joining the order. What do you think of this thing?
I think it's great. Yeah, it definitely took me a long time to make that step. I like to fish everything out and get a feel for everybody. I used to come and hang out quite often. I've always worn the clothes, been a supporter. But I've always been a firm, hey, let me just feel everything out, feel the people out, make sure it's the right fit for me. Because I'm definitely one of those people that, because I am so zero fucks given, I guess.
Yeah.
And I like to make sure that I'm not going to damage the name of the organization. So it's part of both. One, for me to feel out to make sure it's the right fit, and two, hey, do I have to change who I am? And that's the biggest thing there. And
which is not the case.
Exactly.
Right?
And everybody here has accepted me for who I am. And that's hard, especially if you're someone like me who's very open with their sexuality. They don't care about that. And you find a lot of women get threatened by that.
Yeah.
But everybody that I've met so far in the order, all the proud beauties, as soon as they meet me, it's like, oh no, we like her.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
we're down to earth.
Yeah, you don't have to change. You don't have to hide.
Eccentric.
Yep. Eccentric. Be you.
Yeah.
It's about being you, and that's what makes everything so great.
And I mean, you know, we go out of our way, and sometimes it creeps back on us, and we have to beat it back down. But we go out of our way to keep politics and religion and opinions out of it, and it happens to all of us. You know. You know.
Oh yeah, it will always creep in there somewhere, and that's one of the things that I remember reading about politics and religion. I was like, okay, that's cool. We all like to get a little political, and I like to have a debate with a person, but you know, when you're out and having a beer and stuff, the last thing you want to be doing is politics and religion. So I think that's a good, solid one to have. Yeah. Let's not bring it in there.
And discourse is awesome. You know, being able to sit there and have a conversation. We covered all of this in our travels. But if you can't learn from the conversation, regardless if you agree or disagree with somebody, then you really are just doing yourself a disservice, right?
Exactly.
I mean,
I said, I'm all for a debate. You could be thinking on the opposite end of the spectrum, but I will listen to what you have to say. But if you won't take the time to listen and try and see from my perspective, then there's really no point in having that discussion any further. Because especially if you turn around and call me names or tell me, hey, I need to open my eyes. I'm like, I'm opening my eyes. I'm trying. Or to stay woke.
Hashtag.
Hashtag. That's another one of the words of the whole thing. It's like, okay, you stay as well and listen to what I'm saying.
YOLO. I actually, as cliche as that shit is, I love that.
Yeah, YOLO. You only live
once. I mean, it's cliche, and I know the kids are using it, and it's probably already come and gone now. I'm so far out of the element, you know, but.
And that's where that whole health and fitness comes. We only have one life. We only have one body. Make the most of it.
Oh, shit, man. If I'd known I was going to make 45 years old, I would not have nearly beat the fuck out of this thing nearly as bad as I had. You know what I mean?
It's like 40 years old now. It's my 40th birthday last week, and it's like, wow, I'm here.
Oh, yeah. She actually became an order member on her birthday. So she's got a pirate birthday and an actual birthday the same day. You might be the only one. I don't know. I haven't trucked that, but yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm glad that worked out. Oh, actually, no, because there is 2 18-year-olds that joined the day they turned 18. So, which is, I love that. You know, I mean, one of the things about the MDP, we're a huge cross section of society. You know, and again, lots of different values, lots of different ideas. They don't come here. You know, this is about adventure, charity, community, mentorship, and self-improvement. You know, not about your personal truths. This is about scientific truths.
Exactly. Right? Just have fun.
Exactly.
Just because you don't believe and see things the same way as everyone else doesn't mean you can still not have fun.
Yep, 100%. Um, what's next for you? What's your big next adventure?
Folder Gap.
Folder Gap. What is that? Not everybody knows what that is.
Yeah, Folder Gap is an awesome scenario out in North Carolina, and I've been there now. I think this is now coming up my 4th year.
Nice.
I go and camp out with the Capital Offense crew from Planet Eclipse, and it's freezing out there. I'm not gonna lie, it's freezing cold. I'm so thin-blooded now after living in Arizona that anything below 80 is freezing for me. But North Carolina gets really, really cold, and their field out there, I think someone once told me it was like 19 acres or something out there.
Okay.
Of uphill, you're up in the hills, you're up in the woods, you can be out in the open, there's tanks, there's smoke grenades. It is just
pretty
an
legit,
amazing time.
And what's the name of the field?
Oh my gosh, here we go. Put me.
Is that low country?
It isn't that.
It's not low country paintball?
No.
I can't ever remember.
It's Warsong.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I've never been. I've been invited a million times, and it never works with my schedule because it's always so close to Cup, and I'm always doing so much work for somebody with that. I normally die.
It definitely gets really cold out there, though. But I will say that. But yeah, normally I just go to take pictures. This year I'm going to be doing a bit of both, pictures and playing.
Nice.
So stay there, and I just get fat as anything. I just get so fat on brisket and everything else. I mean,
hey. That slow cook smoker and the barbecue. Oh yeah.
Yeah. This last year that I went there, I went and stayed with Janet and Robert Cox out there, and I got to watch everything be cooked, and I'm just like watching everything. And then I went and petted and played with some chickens, and I'm like driving around the woods in the buggy.
Hey, it's awesome. It's awesome.
It's definitely a fun one. But there's some great stories. I see the pirates out there, and got the lemon moonshine out there as well. I was actually starting to feel a little sick, but that just cleared me right up. I was bright as rain after drinking some of that.
That limoncello square you right up.
That limoncello. Right?
Yeah, we have a huge. The Carolinas have a huge contingency of pirates. Between the north and south, we have crews in the north and a crew in the north, a crew in the south, and they're just absolutely incredible group of people. Both ways, both sides. They intermingle, work together a lot on some projects and stuff like that, and work a lot out of Black Ops Paintball, which is in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. But they also go to like Low Country and all the other. They're at all those events in that region. And
I mean, I want to definitely get to a lot more scenarios. Everyone's always like, "Are you coming to this one? Are you coming to that one?" Hey, you want to buy my plane ticket? I will come to anyone.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
If only it was that easy just to be able to just go to all the events out there.
I know.
I'm sure we all wish we could.
I have such a bad habit. I try, like, I say this probably every time I get on a microphone or anything, but like this year, 2018 was supposed to be my slow year. And I've got back to back to back. And this is the end of the year when I normally don't do anything. And I'm seriously like, I've got one free weekend until December. So I'm like, son of a bitch, man.
It all sort of starts rolling in. I mean, I've got Folder Gap coming up, and I normally go to Lynn's charity game as well out at ASG. So I normally go to that one. So, and that's always a good one to go to as well.
Another one that I've missed, haven't made yet, and I want to. She's cool. I used to play paintball against her 15 years ago. She used to play on a Splat Factory team and everything, and I think she played with Hitman every once in a while, or maybe she still does now.
I think she still does now.
Yeah. So, but used to play with and against them all the time. So,
but that's definitely another one. That's normally in December, so they do that one.
Yeah.
I literally just drive in from Arizona first thing in the morning and then drive home that night.
Bang it out, right?
Yep.
Nice.
Just come in and out. So that one's definitely there, and UPL has their finale coming up, so I'll probably go to that one as well.
Where's that going to be?
I'm not sure. I know it's at a different fair. It might be Ambush Paintball.
Okay.
I know we're
still up in the LA
because
area.
Of the whole Camp Pendleton.
Yeah. Camp Pendleton is going through some changes.
Yes.
Apparently, I don't know anything about it, but apparently it's tough to get on base now or something like that. So,
right.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll be upset if that's the case because I like going there and playing. It's a good field. Super fun walk-on fields. Convoy with the tanks and the jeeps and the city buildings I love bunkering people in there. It's so good.
There's definitely some great. I never got to experience their little scenario fields, but I was always looking at them when I went there.
Oh yeah, it's good. So, well, you'll have to come into town just for a weekend, and we'll go out there and play. Yeah.
So just come out and play paintball.
Yeah, I mean that's 31 years of the crap. My favorite thing is just to get together with my buddies on a weekend and play a local field. I mean, right back where I was, 14 years old.
Right.
So
That's one of the things I've often brought up to people that are very seriously into the tournament side, the competitive side, and you can see the frustrations are building up and everything else. There's politics in paintball. Paintball politics are the worst.
Yeah.
And I sit there sometimes, I see them get so frustrated, and I'll ask them, when was the last time you just played paintball?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah. Remember what?
Sometimes you just got to get out there and just play paintball again.
What drew you to this? The fun. Just the fun.
That's what it was. Just going out there, no pressure. Just go out and play paintball.
Yep. Just whole reason why we do so many different things. We're just trying out different stuff and having fun and getting these experiences in life, right?
Yeah. So going back to basics.
Well, we could sit here and talk forever, but I know you have to get on the road.
Yep. Got to get back to Arizona.
And we're going to cut this one, but we'll just do it again. Plain and simple.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely. And definitely going to be doing a lot more adventuring.
I had a great time hanging out with you this last 4 or 5 days.
Yep.
We definitely caused some trouble. We good?
Oh, yes. We definitely caused some trouble. I think we managed to get in trouble in the wastelands where nobody gives a fuck, but we still managed to do it. If you have any idea about me, I'm very good at getting not just Facebook banned, but actually banned from places. Yeah. Again. I've been banned from Universal Studios and
another running theme with the MDP.
It's like it's every time I go to Florida, I've not been to Florida until I've got banned from somewhere. Old Town we got kicked out of before.
And these aren't life goals. These aren't life goals or anything. Okay, we're not bragging. We're just
it just happens to be that way. People just can't accept it.
Learn from our mistakes,
mm-hmm.
or try and be weird like us. All righty, dear. Thank you for everything.
Thank you.
Till next time, MDP for life.
Yep.
Go fuck yourself.
All day long. Get off my lawn.
Right. Get off my lawn. Well done, girl. Thank you.
Thank you.